She knew what she was doing was right. She also knew it would cost her everything. Her career, her income, her professional relationships, possibly her freedom. She had worked inside one of the most powerful financial companies in America for 16 years. She had seen things that couldn't be unseen. And in 2011 she made a decision that most people in her position never make. She picked up the phone and called the SEC. What followed destroyed the $500 million empire she reported, got her fired, put her through 4 years of legal battles, and ultimately resulted in one of the largest whistleblower awards in American history. This is the story of the woman who chose right over comfortable, and paid every possible price for it. The full story. Her name was Linda Almonte, a senior executive at JPMorgan Chase's credit card division. She had spent 16 years building a career inside one of the world's most powerful financial institutions. She was good at her job, trusted by her superiors, on track for continued advancement. And in 2010 she was asked to do something that stopped her completely. She was asked to sign off on the sale of $200 million in credit card debt judgments to outside debt collectors. Routine. Standard. Except when she reviewed the underlying documentation, she found something that wasn't routine at all. The judgments being sold, court-ordered debt obligations, contained systematic errors. Wrong amounts. Wrong account holders. In some cases judgments against people who had never held JPMorgan accounts. Legal documents being sold as valid that were in significant numbers simply fabricated. The crime. What Almonte had uncovered was the edge of something vast. JPMorgan's credit card debt collection operation had over years of volume pressure and inadequate oversight developed practices that forensic investigators would later describe as robo-signing at industrial scale. Automated processing of legal judgments without proper verification. Fabrication of documentation to meet collection targets. Sale of invalid debt to outside collectors who would then pursue real people for money they didn't legally owe. The $500 million operation she was asked to approve was not an isolated incident. It was standard practice. And it had been for years. The fatal mistakes. When Almonte raised her concerns internally, she was told the sale would proceed. When she escalated to compliance, she received no response. When she contacted outside legal counsel, she was informed her concerns were noted. 3 weeks after she first raised the issue internally, she was fired. The stated reason was performance. The timing suggested otherwise. With no income, no professional references she could use, and a non-disparagement agreement that legally constrained what she could say, Almonte contacted the SEC's whistleblower office and provided them with documentation that took investigators 18 months to fully process. The investigation. The investigation that followed examined JPMorgan's credit card debt collection practices across a multi-year period. What investigators found confirmed everything Almonte had reported and extended significantly beyond it.
Systématique documentation fabrication.
Robo-signing of legal judgments affecting hundreds of thousands of account holders. Sale of invalid debt to collectors who pursued consumers without legal basis. The scale was staggering. The duration was extensive. And the institutional knowledge, the evidence that this was known at multiple levels of management, was damning. The verdict. JPMorgan Chase reached a settlement with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the OCC, and multiple state attorneys general, totaling $216 million. Almonte, after 4 years of legal battles, financial hardship, and professional isolation, received a whistleblower award from the SEC of $63 million. One of the largest in the program's history. JPMorgan admitted to systematic failures in its debt collection practices. No individual executives faced criminal charges. And Linda Almonte, who had walked away from a 16-year career to make one phone call, rebuilt her professional life from nothing. Linda Almonte didn't find a gap in a system and exploit it. She found a gap in a system and reported it. And the price she paid for doing that says everything about why most people who see what she saw choose to look away. That was week 2 of the fraud files. 14 cases. Billions stolen. And we are just getting started. Subscribe. Because the money trail never lies. And neither do the people brave enough to follow it.